Welcome to the Political and Physical Geography of Canada. Today we'll be discussing the political and physical parts of Canada. Our essential question by the end of today's lesson is: did the many regional differences strengthen or weaken the country of Canada? We'll be starting with lesson 1, the physical and political geography of Canada. As we see to the west, we have British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, followed by Labrador. Then just south of Labrador, kind of like a little L shape, is Newfoundland. Then right below it is Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, which is attached to the northern part of Maine. In the far north, we have the Yukon Territory, which is where gold was located in the late 1800s, early 1900s. The Northwest Territories, as well as Nunavut, which is most recent territory to be added to Canada, which is ran by the Inuit government. With the physical geography, Canada is a huge country with a northerly location with cold climates and lots of rich resources. Did you know that Canada is the second largest country in the world? Russia is the only country in the world that is larger than Canada. The United States is the third largest country in the world and shares many physical features with Canada. If you located Canada on the map, you'd see that you find the physical features that the United States and Canada share. You may notice that the mountains along the Pacific coast and the Rocky Mountains extend north into western Canada from the western United States. Broad plains stretch across the interiors of both countries. In the east, the two countries share a natural border formed by the St. Lawrence River. An important international waterway, the St. Lawrence links the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. The United States and Canada also share a spectacular physical feature called Niagara Falls. The falls are located on the Niagara River between the province of Ontario and New York State. Created by the waters of the Niagara River, the falls flow between two of the Great Lakes, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. The falls here plunge an average of 162 feet, 49 meters, down a huge ledge. That is higher than many 15-story buildings. Canada also has a region of rocky uplands, lakes, and swamps called the Canadian Shield. If you looked on the map, you would see how this feature curves around the Hudson Bay. The shield covers about half the country. Farther north, Canada stretches all the way up to the Arctic Ocean. The land here is covered with ice year-round. Ellesmere Island is very rugged with snow-covered mountains and jagged coastlines. Very few people live this far north, but wildlife such as polar bear and the Arctic wolf have adapted to the harsh environment. This is a physical map of Canada. Canada is located between the United States and the Arctic Ocean. If we start with our trek from the west, we see that the highest point in Canada is Mount Logan at 19,524 feet. It is just at the very tip of the Coast Mountains that borders the Alaska as well as Canadian border. You run into the Canadian Rockies, and just north of the Canadian Rockies, you have the Mackenzie Mountains, followed by the interior plains and the Canadian Shield, which curves around the Hudson Bay. Remember, that dark green area is the Canadian Shield. If we look farther to the north, we will see that the closer it gets to the Arctic Ocean, you have like Ellesmere Island. It is mostly covered in snow and ice year-round. Also, during the summertime, it stays bright 24 hours a day near the Arctic Ocean. The capital of Canada is Ottawa. It is located in the Ontario province. Thank you for watching the Political and Physical Geography of Canada. Until next time when we discuss climate, don't forget your notes. Have a blessed day.